pair here, too experienced, too strong.
Of course, if you're watching and if you're out there in Twitterland, use the hashtag for hashtag CIO for Carlton International, Carlton Irish Open for all your tweets. And we'll be looking at them and we'll try our best to read out as many as possible over the course of the day's play and the remaining days here in Baldoyle at the Irish Open. Remember, hashtag CIO. Some of the players have already been tweeting. Vile Lang, ever the comedian, tweeting this morning after having a light and meaningless breakfast, the eyes still closed and all ready to play the game of badminton. Sabina Peak playing actually on court right now on one of the adjoining courts. Certainly one of the favourite pairings to lift this mixed doubles title. Alongside Jaco Aarons tweeted, Dublin is calling on our way to Ireland for the Carlton Irish Open. So certainly a high quality field assembled here this year for this Carlton Irish Open. We are back to international challenge status this year. International series last year, of course, with Scott Evans for Ireland won men's singles. Certainly the women's singles this year is a high quality field with some 2 or 3 players ranked inside the world's top 20 with Carolina Marin, Tiffany Gilmore and Mrs. Corrales of Spain all playing here this year, the Irish Open. Back to the game in hand. The interval lead 11-9 for Ruppinen and Hogstrom.
Warming up.
Yeah, I think they're just warming up. And sometimes the film character, she seems to permanently have this cold where every interval she always blows her nose. Must be cold up there in Sweden.
Luck there for Tam. Keeping it close, 11-10.
You'd know this Australian pair a little more than me, Alistair, having spent some time down in Oceania.
A younger.
What do you know about them?
Well, actually, still even only emerging in the last year or so. A younger player. Out traveling quite a lot. Trying to get their rankings up. Obviously, we have the Commonwealth Games next year. There's a lot of travel going on. But I think they have a couple of strong pairs now coming through. I think there's more depth coming through now in the Australian team across all the disciplines.
Yeah, of course, we've got a strong English influence in the English team these days with Robert Middleton and some of the coaches.
Yeah. I stand corrected again as the Aussies go into the lead. But a few errors there at the net coming in. I mean, they don't want to lose the first set here.
On your cross court.
This is good play from the Aussies. I think the Swedes need to try and get control of this game.
Push Ruppinen
That,
along on the baseline.
that's Ruppinen's strength to me. He's very, very strong coming forward. He's quite happy to follow it all the way into the net. But he's making mistakes so far today.
Few return servers now from the Swedes. I'll say that they're on the serve, Somerville.
A good flick.
Good variety. Australians will certainly getting some traction in the return of the short serve. Just throwing in a flick serve. Better rally that time from the Swedes.
Nico just starting to find some depth with his pushes, get the shuttle in the back of the court. I think if he has more success with that, I think he's going to be too strong. That's nowhere near the court.
See the body language from Amanda. She turned around.
She doesn't look warmed up.
That's the first game to the Australians. Really, I think, not that the Australians played particularly well, but the Swedes certainly.
I think the Swedes have been caught short. Like they're not quite ready. Like maybe, I don't know.
It's like as if their mind is still back in the hotel.
Maybe they felt they didn't need to be as ready as they now have to be. Great play from the Aussies in the second half of that set. Taking full advantage of the Swedes.
Ruppinen and Hogstrom, you know, they got off to the better start, leading 4-love, 5-1. Then 5 points in a row from the Australians took them into a 6-5 lead. It was pretty close at the interval. It was 11-10 and 11-all, and then it was after the interval that the Australians certainly took grasp of that first game.
Just a run of points. Jumped up to 18-13, and then it's nearly too far.
Yeah, 18-13, and the Swedes came back with 5 in a row, but still good composure from the Australians to see it through 21-17. So a lot of work now for the Swedes.
I think we're going to see a better game now.
Yeah, I think the Australians will be very mindful of that the Swedes are going to come out hot and hard in this second game. They will know that if they can break them early in this game, they might really mentally just get on top of them. It's better net from Amanda. Really, really good shot from Tam. Unlucky on the serve, just clipping the net tape.
Not playing well at the net today. Good return.
Decent return, but even that was mistimed. You could sort of see it coming off the frame of the racket.
A lot of mistakes.
Amanda, when she's on top of her game, can't see the line call. It was, yeah, a good flick. That's two good flicks from Amanda. But when Amanda's on top of her game, she's quite vocal on court. You know, there's shouts and there's fist pumps and there's yeah. Yeah, in exactly the same spot, the same shot. Oh yes. This time you saw Nico coming forward to cover that shot. Tam holding and playing it back into the deep forehand corner.
I think part of the problem here, though, is Amanda is not helping the situation. She's not confidently controlling the net. And Nico tries to take charge and is a little bit isolated.
Yeah, for sure.
Amanda needs to get control of the net. That's why we're seeing problems in the midcourt.
Yeah, she's certainly giving off the wrong signals to her partner. That's a good serve. Yeah, it was in, and we could see it clearly in. I think Tam was just trying his luck. Yeah. But certainly in situations like that, the service judge needs to be more, I feel, needs to be more dominant and say in. Sometimes, you know, they complain about line judges falling asleep. Sometimes, in my opinion, the service judges have this tendency just to switch off after the serve.
Great shot from Nico. I'd like to see more use of the flick serve. I think the Hall lends itself. We saw this in the international matches as well. Sam McGee discovered that flicking continuously was going to work, and we've seen it now. That's 3 serves in a row, all high serves.
In this occasion, Somerville quicker to get back behind the shuttle. Playing quite well at the net, Grania. Oh, certainly got isolated, out of position.
But this for me is where the game is going to be won or lost. If Nico can get into his preferred position of being strong and high in the midcourt, dominate this game, but Amanda needs to control the net for Nico to be able to control the midcourt. I feel she's very low down at the net. She's not standing up there and trying to dominate. Maybe a bit nervy.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves out there, and unfortunately with Hogstrom, when she's good, but when the head drops, it's very, very difficult for her to raise her game. Certainly got isolated, out of position.
But this for me is where the game is going to be won or lost. If Nico can get into his preferred position of being strong and high in the midcourt, dominate this game, but Amanda needs to control the net.
Good backhand from Tam.
Look, all credit to the Aussies. They are taking full advantage of this slow start.
Hogstrom looking very insecure on the court. Just clipping the line. Nothing going the way of the Swedes at the moment.
Amanda needs to do more and more of that. She has no other choice. She has to get control of the net and find a way to get the shuttle going down. You see there again, Tam working really hard to try and just push into the midcourt on Nico's forehand. He's had quite a bit of success with that.
A slender lead for the Swedes, 11-10. But it's the Australians who lead by 1 game to love. It's the first match, the main draw on our TV court here at the Carlton Irish Open.
I love the Swedish coach. Always very animated and angry looking.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't like to meet him in a dark alley. Although if you did go up to him in a dark alley, he'd probably give you a big hug.
I don't think you'd
He's
be able
that type of guy.
Well, you'd definitely not be able to get past him.
No. That's a better serve from Amanda Hogstrom.
See, that's what we need to see from the Swedes. He needs to get into these high positions in the midcourt. Again, good play from Nico setting that up.
Flick serve again from Amanda. Good angle on the smash. It's a good spell for the Swedes. It's 5 points in a row on the serve. Amanda Hogstrom. Better net now from the Swede. Looks like she's starting to come alive.
Amanda just starting to look a little bit more confident on the court now as well. I think the game changes if she can just find her way into the rallies. She's not looked confident up to this point. You know, shots like that, that's just nerves, or I don't know. It was under no pressure at all there with that lift.
No, out.
Somerville's made a few mistakes now. About 4 or 5 mistakes in the last segment.
Good play, great drive from Nico Ruppinen. Certainly they're focusing a lot of that attack now on Grania Somerville. Oh, superb return. Yeah, called in. Great deception. I think it's odds on. We're going to go to 3 games. It's taken a while, but the Swedes just starting to find a little bit of form.
Famous last words?
Yeah, still.
I've given up on predictions.
But 19-13 ahead, very difficult to come back. That's
Yeah,
better.
you know,
Good
like,
interception from Somerville.
I'm going to ask why, you know, she couldn't have been doing this at the most important part of this set. She just seemed to get a little bit edgy and nervous. And
Good hunting from Hogstrom. Good anticipation.
I think for both coaches that this game is all about the ladies taking control. I think it's a battle of the ladies at the moment.
Certainly you can see the ebb and flow. Certainly from Somerville. Had a bad spell in the middle of the game when the Swedes went on a run of 6 or 7 points. And as we say that, It's Sweden who take the second game, 21-15. So level, 1 game apiece in this mixed doubles first round encounter here at the Carlton Irish Open.
Intriguing encounter now. I think it's possible that we're going to see a much stronger show from the Aussies. I can't call this one.
No, it's impossible to call it, but it's very much hinging on who takes control at the net. It's between the two girls. I think the guys are sort of balancing themselves out a little bit. But we've seen it with the girls, Alistair. We saw Somerville start off well and then have this dip in the middle of the second game. So it's about maintaining consistency.
She had a dip, but Amanda looks... I wouldn't want to bet my house on Amanda controlling herself in this last game. I think she looks a lot more edgy.
Yeah, she's very much a flair player. In what I mean by that is when she's up and she's very good. But when she's down, it really takes a momentous effort from a coach to lift her back up again and get her focused. She goes around with this sulk on her face permanently, and
should electrocute her.
Yeah, there she goes again with a little blow of the nose.
Maybe she's sick. Come on.
Well, she's been sick for 2.5 years then. It's just the little habits players have. You'll see it. You'll see players with ports that they've just worn all their lives, but are afraid almost to take them off again after an injury, and all these just little idiosyncrasies.
Hers is blowing her nose.
It's blowing her nose.
I'm going to get my Oceania hat on here. I want the Aussies for this one. I'm allowed to be partisan. Also, the young pair, they're trying to push their ranking up. I think this game is theirs. I think they can take this, but they need to play with a little bit more confidence and just believe they can win it. It's strong from camp.
What I'll say about the Aussies is they look like the pair that want to win it more. Okay, it's one set all, but they certainly look. You can see there's a hunger out there to win it. Swedes maybe just a little more.
I don't know if Somerville's cold or she's just trying to keep her feet moving all the time. That's great play. For me, this is where the game's going to be won or lost. And this is only going to be bad for Amanda. I think she might just start this again.
Oh, that looked to be going out. It's called out. But Grania got a racket on it.
This is where we get to see if Nico can single-handedly take control of this game himself. I think that's what is required on his side, but he's struggling.
You can see from Amanda, you can see the body language is certainly negative at this point. And it's the Australians who are on their toes, and the hand claps are going, and the encouragement is there from both players. Whereas the body language is very passive from the Swedes.
Oh, well, Amanda's starting to get more animated now. She has no other choice. She has to find a way into this game.
Yeah, it's sink or swim for her, I think, at this point.
The luck there, Swedes.
Nico too he's we've seen him. He's a guy who likes to be a little bit more animated on court, and he just seems to be a little bit off colour. For those watching, we just might have, judging by some of the tweets, it might be a problem with the scoring on the screen. Just to let you know that right now it's 6-5 to the Swedes. Actually 8-6. My apologies for that. Just working on the scoring issue right now, and hopefully we will have score caption back up on the screen, on the stream very shortly.
So strong when he gets these opportunities.
That's where he's good, as you said, Alistair. That mid-court area with those drives.
Like the Aussies have they've just like switched off, or not switched off, or they had a great start to the third game from Somerville. Nervous mistake, or just seems to have lost.
Yeah, and you see the difference in the body language now from the Swedes. All of a sudden, I think for the first time in the match, I see a smile on the face of Amanda Hogstrom as she hand clapped her partner heading off to the interval. So, you know, this game
swings the points. You know, the Aussies so strong at the start.
So we're back on a 5-point interval lead for the Swedes in this deciding game. This mixed doubles first round encounter. You go watching it the whole way and just indecision from the Swede. (8-12). The serve, Gráinne Somerville.
That's a great shot.
You can see the body language from Gráinne. She's really struggling with herself mentally at the moment. Good Irish name, Gráinne. She must have Irish roots somewhere. Must ask her. 8. Right now, Somerville, who is really struggling. See her taking her time, trying to compose herself.
they had a great start to this game, and it was just a run of points, 2 or 3 points, and then never recovered. And it's turned into 15-8, 16-8. And I don't think the scoreline reflects how close I feel this game has been.
Yeah, we have to remember the Australians were 1 game up and were dominating the second game up to the interval.
Now Amanda looks completely settled.
Yeah, and you can see there the return from Grania was even going well out, and a confident Nico Ruppinen still took it and drove it back down into the floor. All wrong now for the Australians. 18-8.
I've seen a lot of uncharacteristic lifts from all players as well. I really, it's a cold hall, it's early in the morning, and it's slow. And I think players, as a player, it's always tricky to play at this time in the morning. Some players are good in the morning, but I don't think it's easy conditions. I'm just thinking we're seeing edgy play, but the Swedes have warmed up.
Yeah, clipping the line. That's 3 mistakes in a row now from the Swedes. 12-18. You know, in Australia will feel 1 or 2 more points and they can put some pressure onto the Swedish pair. It was a long way long, and sometimes I feel, you know, it's decisions to put in a flick like that at a crucial point of a game really makes no sense.
You know, she's so strong at the net. She's so good when she's good, and she's just had, I don't think she's played badly. I think some have both just had periods of points where she switched off, and they've been at critical points of the game.
Yeah, it's a consistency issue, and there we see a terrible serve from her. Serving into the net to give match point to the Swedes.
Inexperience?
Yeah, inexperience, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That is out.
And in the end, I think a comfortable win in that third game for the Swedes. And, you know, Nico certainly, I think, relieved to get off the court with a win. A lot of positives for the Australians, but they need to be more consistent.
I felt that they could have. I felt the moment the Swedes came back and were allowed to get the second game.
Yep.
Then Amanda was going to settle, and you saw that control of the net changed the game.
So it's Amanda Hagström and Nico Ruppinen who advance to the next round. Our next match on court will be mixed doubles for Ireland. Sam and Chloe McGee against tricky Danish pair Niklas Noor and Sarah Tigersen.